Good chat. Today we got fucking obliterated. It was a break even, or honestly a winning setup. Break even at worst, but took this on evals. And yeah, didn't go break even. So today was you got fucked, bro. Already ruined the win streak, but um, Loki's not even ruined, bro. This was a winning trade. I just, I wasn't being. The context behind this was I took, I guess, a shittier play down here. It wasn't that shitty, but I got stop rated and I was like $100 from blowing my stack of evals on Tradeify, a 5 stack, bro. And so I didn't want to go break even just to still have $100. So I was gonna just let the shit either hit or blow the accounts. But yeah, dude, I think about like 2 weeks ago or a week ago or something. I forgot. I don't know. I can't keep track of time. I took two L's in one day. Well, I took a loss maybe the week before that, and then the next week on a Tuesday or some shit, I took a trade that was a break even trade, but my stop loss placement was wrong. Like I miscalculated that shit or something like that, and ended up being a losing trade on a trade that was a winning trade, break even if anything. And then that same day I took another trade and that ended up being a loss. So if anything, I should have only been down one or two trades, and I should have made that back anyways. But we got fucked. So already off that, we were already like down 3R out of 4 for max drawdown. And then this trade, it should have been a winning trade, and we got stop hunted by like just a couple of takes, like maybe 2 points max or some shit. So that should have brought us back up, but instead that put us down like 4R and like $100 away from blowing the account. So instead of like going break even, like what's the point, bro? We're gonna have $100 left in the trade anyways, or in the accounts, or like less than that. So might as well just ride this out for full TP, and yeah, we just got absolutely fine. So now that I went into the context, I got absolutely obliterated today. We're gonna go into the setups, everything I thought about today. Honestly, not a bad day, not too horrible. It was pretty slow, but there were still some good plays, or maybe a good play. Um, yeah, starting off on the 15-minute time frame, pretty chopped here. Actually, I'm gonna start off on the daily because the daily is so fucking fried, bro. We're basically just in this stupid ass wedge here, bro. That's pretty much all we're in. Not really any external structures. We're all just in this shitty little range that we have here, bro, for like a month, right? Or the past maybe 2.5, maybe 3 weeks. But yeah, the daily chart's cooked. There's absolutely nothing I can see here. If you go down to the weekly, we have this huge gap here, but like I said, I don't know. It's hard to follow structure on the higher time frame when it's just looking like chop. We had this low resistance that we finally ran, and we broke past this gap here to the left. So as you can see, this gap was holding for quite a while right there. Okay, not the best placement. There we go. This gap was, well, I guess it broke down here, but it's a clear support level, right? And then once we start breaking this level here, it's kind of obvious we're gonna gun down towards these lows here. We have an internal low here. We have these relatively equal lows here, which is our sell side that we're gonna be targeting. And price, dude, NQ and ES have not been correlated, bro. I've never seen it this bad. This shit looks so horrible. Fucking horrific, bro. It's like correlated assets, but the opposite. Back in like in forex, bro, like Euro USD and never fucking mind, bro. I don't feel like explaining all that, but yeah. 4 hour targets. Like I said, obviously we have this low here that fell short of the sell side, so that's gonna be our main objective. This is a higher time frame draw that I'm gonna be looking to target. We have a 4 hour all the way up here. Really not much in terms of the 4 hour. We do have this order block up there, but yeah, that's about it. Down on the hourly, we're in this huge gap. So if I want to look for shorts, I've got to wait to see bear structure because there's not any key levels that we can really tap into here to get that manipulation and then short. So I'd have to see bear structure form and then take a continuation short from here. Or if we blast past this gap here, maybe I can look to take some trades up here. If we go down to the 15-minute, you can see we have a good pool of liquidity here with these relatively equal highs, which are the untapped 4 hour Asia high. We have London high up here, so really just kind of conditional. We're just gonna see how market open plays out. See if we end up gunning up to these highs or start dumping lower to these lows. And we have a good amount of sell side built up as well. We have some trend line low resistance right here. We have some generated low resistance right here. Unfilled 15-minute right there. So honestly, the one thing I can think of off open is if we get a nice manipulation higher, right? Where's my tool? There we go. A nice manipulation higher, like a Judas swing, and then we get a trade down to the sell side. This is what I would look for in a short, but if we don't end up getting that, my other scenarios that I would want to see happen is if we do want to just start bouncing out of this imbalance, maybe that BPR or whatnot, because we are already in discount. If I put that, we're already in discount, as you can see, or not discount, sorry, premium. But what I would like to see to take a short, if we're not going to get the Judas swing, is if we want to continue up, I would want to see us, start breaking structure, changing state, pull back maybe into a 5-minute right here, and then just take continuation shorts to these levels here. That's what I want to see. And if we're going to be bullish, I'll just show the scenario, 'cause that's pretty much what happened. So, oh my gosh, how did I stop it? I'll just play it out instead of listing all the scenarios. So market opens, end up pumping. All right, I would have liked a short here if we got it, like that Judas swing I was talking about. It's not as much of a Judas swing. It's kind of took like a couple minutes, like almost 10 minutes. But we had a 2-minute and a 3-minute that if we got a good close, like down here, I would have loved to take a short here. But that's about it. Since we didn't end up getting that, we ended up respecting those gaps and pushing higher. At this point in time, the bias is now flipped bullish, at least for the short term. It's pretty obvious that we're gunning towards this London high, and then maybe even potentially, like I said, this liquidity pool that we have up here. So I don't really see price just out of nowhere, filling this gap and then running lower without at least hitting London high. So that's why my objective changed, because it's the nearest target, right? It's very obvious buy side there. If we look at ES, ES does look like it could just start reversing out of nowhere. We are in discount of this range here, or premium. I keep saying discount. But yeah, I guess just playing off conditions. We're gonna wait and see, what PD arrays start forming. So, this looks like a short model here. It looks pretty good. It's a classic unicorn model, I believe it's what it's called. I forgot all the ICT names, but we have a high, low, higher, lower, low. This looks like a classic sell model. Like if we manipulated something here into something. Manipulate it into something here, reset this high, give a short here, maybe on a 30-second right there too. Let's check that. Okay, doesn't look like there's anything, but looks really good for shorts. And we do have a 5-minute, but like I said, we're not really manipulating into anything key level. Like, yes, we're bouncing out of this gap here. Or we actually inverse this on the 15-minute. Okay, that was interesting. Yeah, that's weird, but I'm not gonna look to trade this manipulation leg because this is gonna be our condition, right? I want to see, we have a 5-minute open right here. So if we end up breaking past this 5-minute, I'll look to take continuation shorts to this low resistance here. If we end up tapping it and respecting it, I can look for longs toward London high. So that's why I'm not really trading anything yet, just waiting for structure to build up. There's not really a clear bias. I'm not really sure where market wants to go. And this is perfect right here. When I see this starting to form, if we gave this long, I would not have taken it. Yes, it looks pretty good, but I would not have liked it because we have, we have a 5-minute, untapped 5-minute right below us, right? And then not only that, we got to think in context. We're just a few minutes away from 10 a.m. So what I'm expecting is we have our DOL right here. All right, we already kind of formed relatively equal highs with that DOL. What I'm looking to see is I want to see low resistance get built towards that draw. So I want to see us start forming and generating low resistance. And then the ideal scenario is, 10 a.m. opens, we manipulate lower, and then get that long towards this draw liquidity up here, right? And then another thing I was paying attention to was the 15-minute, because of course at 10 a.m. the new 15-minute opens, so that's what I wanted to see. We end up doing just that. We end up breaking past that low resistance, but we form another pair, set of, oh my gosh, my phone's blowing the fuck up right now. We generate another set of relatively equal highs on the lower time frame as well, and then I thought we were going to run this here, but we ended up dumping lower, and this was the perfect sign. This is exactly what I needed. 10 a.m. opens right here. This is 10 a.m. Get that reversal. We start generating low resistance to the sell side here too, so I want to see this get ran before I look for longs. And yeah, perfect scenario. We start generating even more low resistance right here. This was perfect, bro. This is everything I ever fucking wanted. Okay, that 15-minute ended up opening up. So we had that 15-minute PD array as well as that 5-minute that ends up getting hit. Right? Look at that. Perfect. and everything in my mind is just screaming bullish, right? Even if we are bearish, our price is going to be bearish towards this lower resistance here and maybe even further targets, because like I said, the higher time frame does look extremely bearish. But just in this time frame, right, this time range right we have here in the lower time frame, we look bullish, at least in short term. And so since we, if we manipulate, we end up getting an entry model, for longs after tapping into these PD arrays, sweeping this liquidity here, having this low resistance build up, relatively equal highs, London high, everything's aligning. We have a perfect target and everything. It's a clear sign that we're gonna run up in here, at least in the the shorter time period, and then we'll probably I was expecting maybe shorts off of this, or maybe run up to those higher time frame DOLs and then go lower. But that's just kind of what I was thinking. So I was looking for this 1 minute gap. We never ended up getting it. We got a resweep, and what I was looking to take was this 30-second. I would have loved if we got a close like around maybe. Let me pull this back. This looked perfect. I didn't know if we were gonna get this. We could have very well or very easily, just ran lower and just never give that long, which is kind of what I was expecting. But I was pretty confident that we would at least get something like this, right? I wanted a really good close, but we ended up getting a shit close all the way up here. So I didn't even have time to adjust my stop loss. So it was like this, right? I wanted to have my stop below this low, or at least below this, maybe this body or this wick here. But yeah, I had to be very precise with my risk because, like I said, I was down 3R on these accounts. All right, and it's trailing drawdown, so I was down 3R from the 3 losses I took. And yeah, I didn't want to fucking lose this trade. And well, I mean, I guess I could have just had no stop loss and let it, just trigger once the account gets blown. But I don't know, too deep into it. I don't even think about that. But yeah, we took that, ended up retracing. I figured, we had a nice wick here. We could reject off here and then run lower, and I'd go break even once we take this low resistance out. For some stupid reason, price just decided to come fucking take me out, bro. Fucking, oh my gosh, this is such bullshit, bro. This is actually genuinely bullshit, bro. I should have won today. I should have won, or at bare minimum gotten break even, or I most likely would have trailed out here, like trailed at a 1-to-1. Dude, this is actual fucking bullshit, bro. I could have been up on the accounts, bro. But no. Some bullshit had to happen, bro. Some bullshit always has to happen, but it's whatever. Learn from it. This setup wasn't the best because I looked back at it and the 1 minute didn't get inverse, so we could have definitely waited for that and pair that with the 30-second just to get a little bit more confirmation. But this 30-second did look really good. I just didn't like how we hit the internal high, but I feel like the reason why I was so confident was because of this LR right here. So that's why I think this is still a great setup. We end up retracing. Did we hit like a, maybe a... Dude, we've been hitting the fuck out of these rejection blocks here. All right. Okay, I'm not going to use that because we didn't hit, OTE or EQ of that wick or anything. But we have this 5-minute rejection block right here. End up tapping that. And then after that, I took a re-entry because I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I have $100 left in the account because my stop loss triggered. Got triggered down here, and checked. I had like 80 or 100, something like around there. So I was like, fuck it, bro. Might as well just full port this bitch. I still entered the same size, so I didn't like just straight up full port. But I took this. I don't like the wick close here. Like if I move this, the wick close is not very ideal. We take the internal high once again. So we're just not really giving much good price action, good entries. It's just fucking bullshit. This is a perfect structure. This is perfect structure. It doesn't get better than this, bro. We just gotta fuck it up with these shitty entry models. Alright, I'm back. My bad, got interrupted, but fuck, where was I? Gosh, fucking damn it, bro. Oh, shit's pissing me off. This is the second time, bro. Second time. Anyways, where the fuck was I? Basically, I was saying, yeah, price gave a shitty entry. Didn't like any of the entries here, but I took them just because I was so confident, and I was on the eval anyways. And I was already down, like, these accounts were damn near about to be blown. So it was like, why not? Took this shit, was really confident, loved that we had, change in state here. We had, we broke this high, inverse a 30-second. If this would have been so much cleaner if we just inverse this 1 minute here. But yeah, we blasted up, ran up, and at this point, I'm up pretty good amount. but I'm on the eval, so if it was live account, I would have definitely, went break even, of course, or trailed, or at least partial or something, taking partials here, trailed stop loss or something. But I was like, fuck this, dude. I'm literally like, there's no reason, you know what I mean? I'm not going break even to save $80 on an eval before it gets blown. So yeah, came back. I figured, we'd respect this gap, run back up, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm cooked here. Ended up reversing, and I was like, okay, this is it. We inverse this 30-second. We should pump. I see no reason whatsoever we should, stall and just not hit this high. But I guess we had FOMC meeting minutes. I don't know if that had much to do with it. I don't know if Trump was talking or not. I wasn't checking, but yeah, I got fucking wrecked here. This was some hot ass, bro. This was bullshit. If I took this on live, I would have definitely gotten break even. And then we end up hitting stop loss down here. These highs don't end up getting hit until like way later. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. Let me leave that. Where are we at? Okay, so yeah. And ends up getting hit way, way, way later. Dude, that's some actual bullshit, bro. Good DOL, good everything. This is just, it's not even a losing trade. It's a break even. We hit the low resistance. This is 100% a break even trade. Or at least, if anything, a winning trade. We're up like 1.5 R. Of course, a winning trade. So I just got to take that into consideration. It's not like I took a bad trade or a losing trade. It's just, I just let the statistics, not even let the statistics. I just let the trade right out because of the certain, the situation I was in, right? So it's not, I don't know, it's just some weird thing in my mind where I keep thinking I did something wrong, which I kind of did with this trade. Honestly, it's just a fucking stop loss placement. This is the second time in a row where it's a winning trade, and I just bad stop loss placement makes it a loss. Like at worst, this could have been a break even, but nah, bro. That's the fucking annoying part of this bullshit, bro. It's so fucking annoying, but it's whatever. Not mad at this trade. It's a really good trade. I love this idea. This is a perfect scenario, bro. I would 10 out of 10 take this shit again. Maybe the next time this happens, we get a good entry model, not some stupid bullshit. What the fuck is NQ doing here, bro? It's like, why, dude? We already came all the way up here. We put in this gigantic ass wig just to not inverse the 1 minute. Like, are you serious? Oh, but anyways, yeah, just a brief overview of everything here. We got market open. We pump. We end up chopping a little bit, building structure, manipulating into a 5 minute. We got great targets above, LR, relatively equal highs, London high, higher time frame, the relatively equal highs, and then, yeah, perfect manipulation, good entry model, a decent entry model here, I'd say, and then ends up playing out a bit, and then gets break even and eventually fails. So that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully, man, this 5 stack of eval is just fucking gone. Over stupid ass mistakes, like this mistake here, and then that mistake like 2 weeks ago where it should have been at worst a break even, and ends up being lost. So it's whatever. Gotta bounce back from it, and yeah, I'm gonna dip here. And what's today? Wednesday. We got 2 more days. We'll see what the next 2 days got in store for us. No fucking news the next 2 days. Might be cooked. I don't know, but yeah, I'm out. Peace.